Hey, it's Skelemystyk. I am here today in nice, beautiful, busy Caravan to bring you another edition of Through the Grapevine, where I talk about news, tips, tricks, rumors, and all things Wizard. I had a great day the other day doing the other Grapevine that I did in Mirage, so I thought I might do some recapping and bring up some more ideas, although I don't really have any rumors this time because, well, I'm not a rumor kind of guy. I'm just not. Anyway, some of the ideas that I had that I didn't share with you the other day would be things like, whenever you're in a battle and you're fighting that boss and you know that the guy next to you might just barely have enough to do it if he had just a little bit more power. Now, sure, you can give him a blade, but maybe you don't have a blade. Maybe he has a blade and all you have is a boost. I would like to see, as a game idea, a player's ability to pass their boost or to put a boost on the blade that the player after you is about to cast. I was thinking about this the other night. I was in the stream and we were fighting one boss the other, and I was like, man, I wish I could just do like one more little thing to help. And I didn't have an attack and I didn't have a blade, but I had a colossal and I had a sharp, and that was, I had a couple shields and just other stuff. And I was like, well, okay, he's already got a buff on his spell. The guy two spots down from me does. But the guy next to me has a blade, and it's a regular blade. And boy, wouldn't that extra 10% just do so much more. So as a game idea, King's Isle, will you let us put potents or sharps on the next player down the line's blades or traps? I mean, we can already give them a blade. I don't see where it would make much difference if we were to be able to put a potent or a sharp on their next blade or trap. You know, just buff them up a little bit. Just whenever you're in team play, I mean, after all, you guys encourage team play for big bosses. We should be able to do that, right? I think so. So how about that? Let's be able to put a potent or a sharp on our teammates' blades who are or traps who are further down the line. I think that is a great game idea, and I would like to see that implemented. Another one I was thinking about was, you know, they just recently, not too long ago, brought out that level 50 elixir for, I think it's, what is it? Does it equal 30 bucks? I think it is. 30,000 crowns, which equals, if you're buying them on special, 30 bucks. How about, guys, if you did some of the things like, for instance, like Warcraft does, where you gave us a second elixir that would take us from 50 to 100. Okay, the first 50 levels, let's face it, they go a lot faster than the second 50 levels. And I have to be honest, personally, I don't want to give 30 bucks just to level up the first 50 levels. Because, I mean, time-wise, it's not worth it. You can level up 50 levels no time flat. I would see more use in a potion for $30 that leveled you from 50 to 100, because that's a much longer process and therefore much more value for the dollar. So if you're going to have the 1 to 50 potion, shouldn't we have a 50 to 100 potion? And you could even put limits on this potion. Say, you know, you already have to have a character that's already level 100 before you can use a potion, just like you do with the 1 to 50 potion. I don't see where that would be too bad at all. A little more revenue for some, a little way to, you know, maybe you've got 2 or 3 alts, and you're never looking at enough time to do a full alt leveling of all your alts. You know, maybe you want to boost 1 or 2 of them, and you've already got one that's maxed. Why not? So how about that for a game idea, guys? Let's have a level 50 to 100 potion to where we can boost up for that second big bunch of leveling that needs to go on. Oh, here's one, King's Isle. Here's one that Warcraft does, and I think would do well for you all. Let us buy real-life game time with either game gold or arena tickets or some kind of in-game currency. Okay, maybe you'll do like Blizzard does and make those game tokens purchasable, you know, from your site, where you can sell them in the bazaar. That's how Blizzard does it. But give us some option or some way to buy real-life game time with in-game currency. That's going to help people who have a lot more time than money to continue to play, to get to some of those other areas, and to expand their reach and knowledge and appreciation of the game. I think that would be a wonderful thing if we could do that. Have in-game currency for real-life game time. Some of us just don't really have the real-life currency. Some of us just don't. And some of us do. Alright, let me think here. This one's kind of a cosmetic idea. I have to admit, I was thinking about it whenever I was making the finding the shinies video. I'd like to be able to put the shinies down, like in my house, you know, like the pile of gold. You know, for shinies we find antique coins, an antique teapot, and antique unicorn statues and stuff like that. I think it would be really cool if we could put those reagents down as actual like golden teapots, golden unicorn statues, etc., as housing items in our house, and like build up our pile of gold or our pile of shinies that way. I'd really like to see a good pile of stuff like that, especially in places like the Sultan's Palace, where they already have like all those piles of gold down there by the genie. I've always wanted to make piles of gold like that. I think it would be really funny and really cool to be able to do that. Oh, let me see. Maybe I'll do one more here. Give me one moment to clear my head. Oh, you know what? Here's a really good one. A really good one. I understand that Wizard101 is an MMO. I understand that. And that you really want us to play together and make friends and all that stuff. But you know, sometimes, like me especially, I'm playing late at night. There just isn't anybody around to help me with stuff. Some things are just not soloable. How much trouble would it be to have some game scaling to where, sure, a boss could be tough and challenging, but possible to do by one person? You know, for those times, again, like late at night or in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day when everybody's in school or at work, or just whenever there's nobody around. To make a boss or an area scalable so that, sure, while it still presents a challenge, that the appropriate level wizard playing solo can still accomplish it. And not so much necessarily with the buying of henchmen, because guys, I don't know a lot of people who have 400 or 800 or 1200 or, you know, more gold to spend on each battle. 400, 800, 1200 more crowns to spend on each battle just to get through it. I know that you guys are a business. I know you need to make money. But the way to make money is to have a game enjoyable and playable by your base, by your customer base. So how about some scalability? Can we scale the game in those instances where you have to be solo and you have to get through some content and there's really no other better way? Alright guys, I do believe that for the moment that's going to be it for the game ideas. I have a few tips, but to be honest, I didn't put them in my notes. I slipped up, forgot to put them in my notes, so I don't really have them to mind. So I do believe I'm going to end this one now, this time, and I'll bring them into the next through the grapevine. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, a good heart smash, and as well as subscribe and share. It's going to help me out a whole lot. Until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace! Hey, what's up, Skelemystyk? I am here today in the Ruble Waste of Mirage, partly just because I like the Ruble Waste of Mirage, but also to talk to you about a very, very vital reagent that seems to be just scarce as hen's teeth, and that's amber. All of us, at one time or another, have wanted to